Hi, today we are going to look at types of revolutions. Make sure you have out your note sheet because as we go over all the slides and I read through them, you're going to have to write down some information, some very important information. So make sure you have that note sheet out, something to write with if it's a pen or pencil. Make sure that pencil is sharpened and ready to go. What's the root word for a revolution? Revolution and revolt both have a shared origin, both ultimately going all the way back to the Latin word meaning revol or to revolve or roll back. At virtually the same time, the word developed a sharply different meaning, namely a sudden or radical or complete change, apparently from the idea of a reversal of direction, implicit in the Latin verb. So, what is a revolution? Well, it's a noun. It's a sudden or extreme or complete change. Basically, a change in government, especially with the overthrow of one government and the substitution of another by the government. Synonyms for revolution is rebellion, revolt, insurrection, mutiny, uprising, riot, rioting, insurgent, seizure of power, or coup d'etat. Now, sometimes when people want to change their government, they conduct a revolution. In a revolution, a large number of the population rises up against the government and they demand a change. In some revolutions, the people of the revolution are attempting to change the way the government is making decisions. So, what's a basic cause of a revolution? It's very simple. People are unhappy with the way something is being run. Now this quarter we're going to be going over revolutions in general, and we're going to look at three different types of revolutions. We're going to look at political, we're going to look at social and cultural, and we're going to look at economic. Now remember, for our little cheat sheets, I put pictures up there for you. Political means anything having to do with the government. Social and cultural is anything having to do with the people. And then of course economic is anything financial or money related. We're going to look at the economic one first. An economic revolution is a revolution in which the economic or financial system of a society is changed or replaced. Some examples that we might look at this quarter are the Industrial Revolution and the Green Revolution in India. Another type of revolution we're going to be looking at is the cultural and social revolutions. That's when a revolution has the social structure of a society is changed or replaced. Some examples of that are the Reformation in Europe and the Cultural Revolution in China. Now, when I say a social structure, remember back to last year when you were studying the Middle Ages or medieval times, there was this triangle. And that's not a really good triangle, is it? There's a triangle, and at the very top was the church. Directly under them was your king and your queen. And then you had your nobility, and all the way down at the bottom, you had your peasants or your serfs, people who had no say in society whatsoever. That's the social structure we're talking about. Sometimes in different cultures it's called different things. Sometimes it's called a social ladder. Sometimes it's called a caste system. There's just a variety of names for the same thing. And the last one we're going to look at, and probably the most widely used form of a revolution, is a political revolution. A political revolution is one in which the government is replaced. Now, often that's done by force, and or if it's not replaced, it's changed, sometimes extremely. Now, there's two different types of political revolutions. The first type is resistance to colonialization. Examples include colonialization in South America, in South Africa, in many parts of Africa, in India, and in Haiti, known as the Haitian Revolution. Another type of political revolution is complete government overthrow. That's where they take over the government and change it completely. And examples that we look at for that is the Glorious Revolution, the Bolshevik Revolution. It's also called the Russian Revolution, the French Revolution. There's a revolution in South Africa that's a complete government control. We're going to look at Arab Spring. In 8th grade, you're going to look at the American Revolution, but we thought we would put it here because you might be familiar with it from 5th grade social studies. The Iranian Revolution and the Cuban Revolution. Now, of all of those revolutions there for government overthrow, only one of them was nonviolent. And it was given the name Glorious Revolution because they said, it's glorious. There was no fighting. There was no bloodshed. They just said, we want to change the government. And the government said, okay, go ahead and do it. And so it was glorious. It was beautiful. There was no fighting. That's why it got its name. Now that we've had a chance to look at the types of revolutions, we hope you want to learn more, because that is the whole topic for quarter 2 is revolutions. In fact, our unit is called A Revolutionary World.